Good morning. Aphra Behn is the poet today. The great woman playwright, British woman playwright. She was born in 1640 and died in 1689. Different accounts and opinions exist about Aphra Behn's date of birth. And it's an interesting story, too, that you can look up. Parentage, religion, given name, and marital status. Most historians agree, however, that she visited Suriname with her family in her youth, returned to England when the colony was handed over to the Dutch, and briefly married to a merchant of Dutch extraction while spying for King Charles II in Antwerp. In 1666, she seemed to have uncovered a Dutch plot to sail up the River Thames and burn the British fleet. Letters survive in which she complains of the king's failure to pay her for her work, and she may have been briefly imprisoned for debt in the late 1660s. Writing plays became her main means of support, and she was one of the most prolific playwrights in the Restoration era. Her first play, The Forced Marriage, was produced in 1670. She subsequently wrote 17 plays, including many comedies that satirize the consequences of ill-suited marriages. Her one tragedy, Abdilzar, written in 1676, draws on previous dramatic portraits, including Shakespeare in Othello and Titus Andronicus, of black men who love white women. Her prose, romance, Orinoco, or Royal Slave, from 1688, was based on her experiences in Suriname and criticized the enslavement and subsequent torture and execution of a princely black hero whom the white female narrator greatly admires. Behn also wrote occasional poems, elegies, prologues, and epilogues for other dramaticists, including John Dryden, and erotic pastoral poems such as The Disappointment. Her tragedy comedy, set in colonial Virginia, The Widow Ranter, was performed and published the year after Behn died. And so here is a poem. Let's see which one. I was thinking about reading different ones of these. And I hadn't completely decided. I think I'm gonna read Song on Her Loving Too Equally, set by Captain Pack. And it says about Captain Pack that was Simon Pack, an amateur musician who achieved some fame as a composer of songs for plays. How strongly does my passion flow, divided equally twixt two. Damon had ne'er subdued my heart, had not Alexis took his part. Now could Alexis powerful prove, without my Damon aid, to gain my love. When my Alexis present is, Then I for Damon sigh and mourn, but when Alexis I do miss, Damon gains nothing but my scorn. But if it chance they both are, by for both alike I languish, sigh, and not die. Cure then, thou mighty winged God, this restless fever in my blood, and golden pointed dart take back, by which, O Cupid, wilt thou take, if Damon all my hopes are crossed, or that Alexis I am lost. So I think that that was supposed to be funny because, I mean, if she wrote comedic plays, I don't think she's really writing about being torn between two men. I don't know, it could be, but I don't think that. Maybe I should have read the footnotes. um, 1,000 martyrs. 1,000 martyrs I have made, all sacrificed to my desire. 1,000 beauties I have betrayed, that languish in resistant, resistless fire. The tamed heart to hand I brought, and fixed the wild and wandering thought. I never vowed nor sighed in vain, but both, though false, were well perceived. The fair are pleading to give us pain, and what they wish is soon believed. And though I talked of wounds and smart, love's pleasures only touched my heart. Alone the glory and the spoil I always laughing bore away. The triumphs with pain or toil, without the hell, the heavenly heaven of joy. And while I thus at random rove, despise the fools that whine for love. Um, that one did have a footnote where it said 1,000 martyrs, the title of it. And that footnote says this lyric from Behn's Lycidas, or The Lover in Fashion, a prose work whose verse interspersed the translate the second voyage of De Isle d'Amour by the Abbé de Tallemant. This song is introduced by the narrator with the line, "Take, then, the history of my heart, which I assume boasts itself the consequence it has made." So, Aphra Behn was a great playwright. Wrote prose, wrote, I think, fiction and poems. So was an all-around writer. Very successful as a playwright. I was interested in the story of her being a spy. She cultivated probably that person she was spying on. I learned more about it before I read about it a little. She cultivated the spy when she was traveling in South America. So, and then she came back and found out that the there was a plot to and against Britain, and she told Britain and didn't get paid for her work. Wow. I guess I wonder if that was partially because she was a woman. Well, thank you for watching. Please keep watching every day. I love hearing from you. Thank you so much. Have a good morning. Bye.